got a lot to look at today. Well, not really, not really. Not really. We just got to build a watch list for Sunday. Or for this week coming up. And if you remember anything about the previous, let me show you guys something. The previous watch list we had, they went absolutely crazy, okay? We basically called everything that we posted on that last live stream on Sunday. The Sunday is built, or the Sundays are made to build the watch list for this upcoming week. That's what we're about to do right now. But if you guys look at the previous week, everything we talked about came to fruition. Like we hit. Okay, so now it's time to build another watch list. Time to get it done. But let's just look at a few of the ones we called last week. So last week we talked about the Qs, and this was May 15th. This is all on the Twitter, so you want to make sure you're on the Twitter as well. But last week, let's just do a recap. Nothing has changed. We said the Qs will continue to inch upwards. This was when the Qs was at 325. We said nothing has changed from our previous prediction. This was the previous week, okay? This is a very consistent live stream that we do every single Sunday, and what we've been talking about has just been correct. Okay, so May 7th, we were talking about nothing has changed. The Qs will get to 350. Okay, very bullish. This was May 7th. May 15th, we came back, doubled down. We said, yes, it will continue to inch upwards. Okay, that's just what the market is going to do. That was last week. Now let's just see what the Qs is at. The Qs is up $11 from when we talked about it on Sunday. Okay, last Sunday. So let's see what is going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen this week on Sunday. Okay, let me put out the notifications on Discord really quick. I forgot to do that. Let me put out the notifications on Discord. If you're not in the Discord, make sure you're checking out the Discord. If you want exact entries, if you want your hand held a bit more, you want to make sure you're in the Discord. But at everyone. Okay, so last week we talked May 7th, very bullish. May 15th, very bullish. I said it will continue to go upwards. It continued to go upwards. It's up $11. So now this week, let's see what the potential of what could happen with the Qs do. Okay, let's just draw up some predictions and see what's going to happen. And just straight off the bat, I don't see any weakness. There's no weakness in tech at all. By weakness, I mean there's no bear divergence. Like nothing is telling us that. Now you may get a healthy correction. Like don't get me wrong, there will be a healthy correction, but there's no bear divergence where you have on the RSI it keeps making these higher highs. So there's no momentum that is shifting in the Qs. It continues to look very bullish. But what you should realize is, okay, where do you see the Qs at? It broke out from this rising wedge. So you should not be looking to get the Qs right now until you get a decent sized pullback. Me personally, I think you should take it from this base to right here, which was where it had some consolidation above its rising wedge, where it kept retesting, and then finally it broke out. So I'd be looking for a retest of around this region before I really start thinking about going super long and thinking very bullish. Okay, it needs some retest, and it kind of already did that on Friday. It literally kind of already did it on Friday. So you had it buying, it almost curled up right here and bought, but I'd wait for it to get a little bit more down here, okay, before I really start being like, yeah, it's time, for some easier entries anyways. But that's what I'm seeing for the Qs. We know the prediction, like if we zoom out on the weekly, we know we're getting to 350, okay? We know we're getting to 350. There's going to be slight pullbacks along the way, but those are the dips you want to buy. And I was telling you this all of February, all of March. I was like, you want to be looking to buy these dips. You buy the dip and you chill, okay? And that's exactly what's been happening. And even out of this flag that you see right here, out of this flag, the measure move is to 350. So nothing has changed. I'm anticipating us to get to 350, and then we'll get a deep correction, maybe to like 320. But you best believe the Qs is going to continue to go up. Is going to continue to move to the upside because nothing about what we're looking at is bearish. Like even if you zoom out on the monthly chart, what about this is bearish? Like I'm really confused about. There's nothing bearish about this. So I'm anticipating this to continue to the upside. Nothing new here. You guys know me. I'm big bullish. I'm big bullish. There's nothing changing, okay? Very bullish. The momentum is not even shifting, okay? The momentum is not shifting. So that's telling me, yeah, we're going to continue to the upside. We're going to inch upwards, and you should be looking to buy on the dips, and you should be looking at individual stocks to buy on the dips. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on as we look at some of the individual stocks. But tech looks very bullish. There's nothing telling me that this is going to fall, at least until we get to 350. That's always been the measured move out of this flag. I made a whole video about it. Okay, I made a whole video about it back when the Qs was at 260, back when it was right here, 280. I told you to buy the dip. Everybody came in the live stream. They're like, no, you're wrong. We're going down just because, you know, the news is telling them that. But you got to realize the news is tricking you, okay? The market is very bullish, and they've been telling you it's in a recession. But if you've been following this live stream, you know I've been telling you it's bullish. Rather you listen, rather you didn't. I don't care. But it's been very bullish. And that's all the videos have been about since November, since December, since January, February, March. We're not going down. We're going to continue to make all-time highs. But anyways, let's look at some individual stocks. Let's see what you guys want to look at. And then, yeah, let's build a watch list. Let's see if we can find any great stocks. The stocks we talked about last week. So we reviewed the Qs from last week. It will continue to go upwards, just like we said May 15th. Nothing has changed from my prediction. I think we're going to get to 350 before we see a significant pullback. But that'll literally be like to 330. You know, it's not going to be significant, and that's when you want to buy the dip. But 350 is still the price target. We looked at IBM, and this was the one that we paid attention to on May 15th. That was a very, very bullish stock. Okay, we got into it in the Discord. We entered the contracts inside of the Discord. And, you know, IBM was at 122.83 when we posted it last week. Okay, and this is just, I'm just showing you, like, yeah, you want to pay attention because what we go over, we've been hitting very consistently. If you follow the Twitter, you know this. Now you see IBM sitting at 127, right? And this was one of my favorites. Like, you guys heard me in the live stream. I was like, this looks absolutely amazing. So hopefully we get some stocks like that. But IBM cooked up, and then we looked at Tesla. And I told you to catch that 162 bounce back when it was 168. And you guys know when it was falling, it went to the 162 area. It went inside that bounce area. Let's see if I deleted it because I went live a couple times, but I'm glad I did not delete anything. And what do you know? It went to the 162 bounce, bounced up, went absolutely crazy. Tesla's very bullish. We will be talking about Tesla today. But yeah, this literally hit spot on. It went in here and then went all the way to 180. Okay, I said, broke down from trend line. It's very bullish until below 140. You should never be shorting Tesla until it gets below 140. But we'll be looking at that 162 bounce for some calls. Okay, that ended up being an amazing play. All right, so that's what we've been looking at. We've been cooking all week. If you follow the Twitter, you know this. Let's take a minute to follow the Twitter. The link is in the bio, and then we'll look at some individual stocks. But yeah, any locks? We got some locks. I've been eating with sports bets. Oh yeah, we got some locks. Okay, we definitely got some locks inside of the Discord. If you've been following the Discord, we hit on this one May 18th. May 18th, we had LeBron going for 8 points, 6 assists. You know, this one hit. It went crazy. Mars, you know, it went crazy. And we do have some more locks inside the Discord. But yes, let's make sure we're following the Twitter. All right, let's look at some individual stocks. Check QCOM. I do want to check QCOM. Let's look at QCOM. Let's see if we can find anything for QCOM. We know the market is going up. So what do I always tell you guys? We know the market is going up. So what do you have to focus on? You got to make sure you're buying great stocks on great dips and the stocks that haven't gone up as much as some of the big tech like you've seen. Because you see Apple literally making all-time highs. You see Microsoft making all-time highs. Where do you think some of that money is going to trickle down to? It's going to trickle down to some of these mid caps, some of these smaller caps. QCOM is, I believe, a mid cap. It is around 117 billion. I would, you know, it's around that Disney range. It's not a huge cap like, you know, the Microsofts and Apple. So I think QCOM is one, has a lot of potential. Okay, I tell you all this. I told you the big caps to let you know that QCOM has a lot of potential because look at where it's sitting right now. And you have the potential of it trickling down to some of the smaller caps. And it's a semiconductor. It's a semiconductor. So let me show you what went on with NVIDIA. This is what's going on with NVIDIA. It's just been going straight up. MU, if you guys are focusing, if you listened, I told you to buy MU. I told you. I said this one looks absolutely amazing. Now, people in the Discord made a whole lot of money. I made a whole lot of money on the June calls that we got into that are currently in the money. They started out at $90. They went all the way to $350. They went absolutely crazy, okay? So we talked about that one May 4th right here. I said I was swinging it June 16th, the 67s. $95 are going for $300. But I told you catch this trend line bounce. And now you see it going absolutely crazy. Like it bounced from the trend line, and you know it never steered backwards. So I say all that to say QCOM just might be the next one. And I just felt something when you said QCOM. Like nobody comes on here and says QCOM. I think QCOM looks very, very, very good because it's one of the semiconductors that hasn't gone crazy, that hasn't gone as crazy as AMD and NVIDIA, but that has a lot of upside potential, especially right now. There's no way I would be shorting. There's no way I'll be shorting QCOM. This one looks absolutely amazing. I like this one. And this is the first play we went over. QCOM looks very, very good to the upside. This is the 50% retracement that it came to on Friday. There's no way I would be shorting this until it at least breaks below all this demand that you see on higher time frames, okay? Which would be right here. Around 102. I wouldn't be shorting QCOM until it's below 102. Until then, this looks absolutely amazing. I like it on this bounce that you're seeing right here, okay? I'm actually going to put little text. This looks very good. I like it. Bounce. The 10, I think it's 105. 105. Yeah, the 105 bounce. Let's do 105.10. Bounce 105.10 for some calls because this looks good, and then it has easy risk to reward as well. So I like this one. You guys know me though, this one has a lot of potential. So for me personally, I would be looking for like the July calls because I really think the semiconductors can cook up, especially the ones that haven't cooked up. You see what MU's doing. QCOM isn't doing it yet, but I think it will. I think MU still has a lot of potential. You know, the measure moves to 73, but QCOM, I really like it. Whoever said QCOM, there's no way I'll be shorting this until it gets below 102, 103. And I'd be looking for this to go absolutely crazy right here, especially when it, you know, it kind of has a flag right here in a great bounce spot. I like it. Measure move probably back to like 110, 109, back up here. This is probably my main watch come Monday. I like it, whoever said that one. Large spread on QCOM options. I haven't really checked out the options. I used to trade QCOM a lot, but I haven't looked at it in a while. But I know semiconductors are like, let's just look at TSM. I know semiconductors are ready to go crazy, especially the ones that haven't. Yeah, TSM going absolutely crazy. You have to be a fool. And we looked at TSM. I'm mad we didn't take it because it was literally perfect. You got to be a fool to be shorting any semiconductors, especially TSM. Like, this is breaking out of a flag. This looks beautiful. But I'm mad we were looking at it down here. Somebody asked me about it, and I was like, yeah, this looks absolutely amazing right here. I'm mad I didn't take it. But hopefully they did, and the measure move is back to around 107, 108. But TSM looks absolutely amazing. There's no way I would short it. Yeah, this looks good. God dang. So QCOM, you know, look at QCOM. Whoever said that one, I really think we're gonna make a lot of money on that one. All right. Let's look at different stocks. Let's make sure we're following the Twitter. Can you please do Moderna? Moderna is gonna continue to go down. I don't think I look at Moderna to know that it's gonna go down. And we looked at it way back here. The measure moves to $90. What you got to realize about Moderna, COVID is over, okay? COVID's over, and that was their main beneficiary when they're going to crazy heights. Like, they were really $30 before COVID, and then it went all the way to, you know, 470. You best believe this will continue to come down. There's no way I would go long it. I would just look for good opportunities for a reject, okay? Wait for it to come up to a rejection zone and get puts. Or just get July puts and not have to worry about it, you know? But there's no way I'll be longing this. The measure move from this breakdown of this bull or this bear flag is down to $90, and that's fully where I anticipate it to be. And what you have to realize is since we're on a weekly chart, you got to make sure you're buying time. Like, if we're looking at a weekly chart, don't sit here and think the move is going to play out tomorrow, okay? It's probably going to play out in the next couple months. because it's on a higher time frame. But if we're sitting here on like the 4 hour, then yeah, you should anticipate it to play out in like a couple weeks or so. All right. But yeah, Moderna's trash. Let's look at BA. We got some people asking about BA. BA to me is bearish. I'm gonna show you guys why. BA to me is bearish until it can close above the big red candle that you see right here, okay? And that's not even, you didn't even get that last week. Until BA can close at a new high meaning it goes up here and this is where it starts closing at, that's where you should start being bullish. But right here, currently, it continues to make these lower highs. And I love a BA short right now. I really, really do. Because it could, until it can literally close, and you can even be less risky. There's no way I'll be looking at calls right now until it gets some closes above this level. And that's just being smart. Okay, because it hasn't made a higher high. It hasn't. Lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay, so this is actually a great short opportunity until it can finally break above and start closing 208, 209, 210, you know, and then you can start shifting towards bullish. Because don't get me wrong, if we look at a higher time frame, like this, it is consolidating in, you know, a sort of bullish pattern. Like this is very bullish. But me personally, I wouldn't buy up here. I wouldn't be a call buyer, even if I was smart money. Like if I was running a hedge fund, why would I buy up here? Like I already missed this massive move. It's already sitting $100 above where it bottomed out back in September. Like why would I buy up here? So if you want to be smart about it, you would draw the Fibonacci's, and if you were smart, you know, which I think a lot of people are gonna be smart about it, especially big money. Like, come on, why would they buy up 205? Now, don't get me wrong, BA is very bullish, you know, in the years to come. Like, don't get me wrong, BA is gonna see all-time highs, but I just think we see a decent pullback to probably 160, 170, and then you get that massive rip to the upside. Okay, so I would only be bullish because I know there's a lot of better buying opportunities if it comes back down to 160, 170. Because you look at QCOM hasn't broken out. You look at ARK is still sitting in a sweet spot. But BA is like, man, BA is sitting way up here. Like, nah, I want a 50% correction if I was smart money. So yeah, that's what I'd be looking at. I wouldn't be bullish until it can finally make a new high on lower time frames. And I'm anticipating a decent pullback to 160, 170. But anyways, let's look at Tesla. Now, BA, I don't really like. I like BA because I am, you know, if you're in the Discord, you know. But I like QCOM a bit more. QCOM looks good for a day trade. But Tesla, we knew Tesla was going to do this. Tesla's very bullish, okay? Like, don't go out sad trying to short Tesla. Don't go out sad trying to short Tesla right now, okay? You're going to go out sad because if you look at Tesla and you look at what they're doing with AI and a lot of the other stuff, like they have the most data in, look, they're more than an EV company is what you need to realize. But if you look at the weekly chart, you got a weekly engulfing candle. So I wouldn't even be short until it can cross back below this weekly engulfing, which will be around 168, 167. But you literally had it engulfing this red candle. There's no reason for you to be short on a bigger time frame. Now you did get this amazing pullback that we talked about, and I kept preaching to you about. This was when you wanted to look at it on a 50% retracement. I don't even have to draw it. Let me show you something. How did I even know this was a 50% retracement before I even drew anything up? That's just usually what stocks do. That's just usually what stocks do. That's why you need to learn how to draw these Fibonacci's, but that's just usually what happens. And what happened is it had its 50% retracement right here. Literally right here. And that was the perfect time to buy it on a higher time frame. And since you missed this entire move to the upside, I wouldn't be buying calls until you get a decent pullback, you know, unless I'm intraday trading, etc. But I wouldn't try to time the top either. That's why I'm not looking at shorts. I know the market. Look, why would I look at shorting something? Now, BA is different because BA, it doesn't really move with the market. It kind of has a mind of its own. But if you look at Tesla, like Tesla usually moves with the market, and you got to wait for a decent pullback. Now, you don't know where it's going to top out. You got to be a little bit more patient if I was looking at Tesla. And if it topped out right here, I'd be looking for it to pull back inside of this region, that 50% retracement, because until it tells me to do something new, I'm going to continue to do what it's been doing this entire time right here. You zoom out the entire time right here, because this was a 50% retracement on a bigger time frame, right? So that's what I'd be looking at on bigger time frames. Like if I was looking to swing trade it, I wouldn't be looking to get swing calls right now, because it needs a pullback. I want better contract, I want better price, etc. But for intraday trades, really anything can happen intraday. If I was looking at it for tomorrow, I would literally just do something as easy as catching this bounce right here. That's what I'd be looking at, to catch this bounce at 177. Not that difficult not that difficult. But I definitely wouldn't be looking to buy calls like as soon as the market opens, because it is in this supply. It is in the supply, and until it blasts above and retests, this is where you want to be looking to short it until, right here, and then, maybe get another try. But that's what I'd be looking at for Tesla. Nothing too special right now, because the move, look, if you're missing these consolidation periods and these bounce zones and where you should be looking to get calls, like we were talking about it all down here. And this is where I was very confident on, like, yeah, this is where you should be buying the bounce, et cetera, et cetera. If you miss right here, you don't want to now just turn bullish after you see so many green candles. Like, oh, now you want to be bullish? You understand? So unless you're intraday trading, scalping, you want to be a bit more patient. And me personally, I like swing trading a bit more, because the success rate is higher, I've seen. All right, let's see what else you guys want to look at. Let me look at the Twitter. Let me see if you guys been following. Man, you guys haven't been following the Twitter. I'm coming on here giving you so much free information, so much technical analysis, so much information. And we did get 4 followers, so thank you. We did get 4 on the Twitter, so I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it. But I know we can get more. We got 180 people in here. People on Twitch. Thoughts on MU, thoughts on UNH. I'm not going to look at UNH because I already know what's happening with UNH. I just have a feeling it's at all-time highs. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. But it doesn't look, it's not a stock that I like to trade. And if it's a stock that I don't really know and haven't really looked at, I already know I'm about to get it wrong. Look at that. Like, nah. I already know I'm gonna get it wrong, because this is I don't even know what to look at. The candles are just ugly. Like, now this is probably a good day trading stock, but you gotta I gotta be like real time, like looking at it, be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get calls right here. Not like I'm looking at it the day before trying to, this looks just tricky. I don't know. Somebody gonna follow. All right, bro. I'm about to turn off the live, bro. I'm about to turn off the live. MU. Somebody said MU. SNDL joins Russell 300. The Russell. All right, you trying to pump. You trying to pump and dump. You're trying to pump and dump. But I do want to we'll look at Meta next, but I do want to look at MU. You said let's look at MU. MU is very, very, very bullish. Like, look, there's no point, there's no reason for me to talk about MU anymore, because the people that got in, they got in. We were talking about it, like I said, May 4th, when I told you to swing the Junes. Now, if you had enough courage, if you looked at the charts, if you knew what I was talking about was true, that AI is here, that you need these semiconductors to power this new technology that is about to transform the world, then you should probably hold your MU calls. And just the fact that you got it at a trend line bounce, that should give you enough confidence to even hold it right there, So if you're not in, if you didn't get in right here, I would wait for a bigger pullback. The measure move is to $73. It's already trending up. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a good intraday trade. It's a good intraday trade, but like the money is made. The money has been getting made. You're buying, it's just, But it should continue to go up. Like I said, the measure move is to 73. This was a bottoming out pattern. What MU usually does is continue to trend to all-time highs after it has a significant dip, like you've seen for the past, This is on a monthly time frame. You've seen it so many times. All-time highs every single time it has a good dip, and it looks like it's gonna make all-time highs. Like, look, there's nothing. Let me delete all this. What is bearish about this, bro? Like, for real. like we're really looking at this. How can you be bearish? Now, of course, you gotta wait for a pullback if you missed these 3 big old green months. But there's nothing bearish about this. Like, if anything, I'd wait for a pullback if it ever pulls back to right here or something. Or, you gotta wait though. If you missed it at $60 when we were talking about it, now you're trying to get into it on this big green candle, and I definitely wouldn't short it. That's why I'm not even putting that out there. Like, I'm not even saying like, yeah, you catch a reject. Like, no, this is very bullish. But if you miss it on this big green candle this week, then you gotta wait. You gotta wait. And that's what I think about MU. But QCOM is QCOM. If you like MU, you should like QCOM even more. Now, it doesn't look bullish yet. It don't look bullish yet. But to me, this is I'd rather mess with QCOM if I miss MU. I'd much rather mess with QCOM if I miss MU. For sure. This one is my favorite of the week. I think this one could go crazy. PDD is absolutely amazing too. Don't get me wrong, but I want to look at, somebody said ARK. I want to look at ARK first before, but PDD is very bullish. That pullback that just happened, you best believe the Discord, you know if you're in the Discord, that pullback that just happened, that's what we were being patient for. But ARK is another one you want to be paying so much attention to. Let me just put this out here really quick. Look at ARK, okay? Look at ARK. Look at this. Take a mental picture. First of all, if you're bearish on it, I don't even know. Like, this is not, there's nothing, like, what is bearish about this? This is accumulation. Like, come on. But anyways, look at this, and then look at this. It looks exactly the same. ARK just hasn't done this. And what did I tell you guys at the beginning of the live stream? I told you guys the money is going to trickle down. You got all these big caps, these huge caps, these $1 trillion market cap companies like Apple going to make all-time highs, okay? There's going to be people looking for value after these continue to make all-time highs. That doesn't mean that Apple's going to stop and go down. No, Apple's going to continue to march upwards. But after it makes all-time highs, money's going to start rotating into mid-caps, small caps, because they're going to realize, like, the bull market is on. Where can I get a better return for my money? And ARK has a lot of smaller caps, mid caps in their portfolio. This one is ready to blast off. I really, really like it. And I'm not talking about tomorrow. Like, I'm talking about in the next couple months. So plan accordingly. But it literally had, there's no way I can be bearish on ARK. It literally had its retracement to the 50% 382 right here. You got to love it. It did it twice for you. It was like, all right, you didn't pick up right here. I'm going to give you another chance. Did you get the next chance? I don't know. If you're in the Discord, you know. But yeah, there's no way I'd be bearish on ARK until it can start trading below $34. $33, $34, like, yeah, okay, ARK is bearish. That's the level. But until then, like, there's nothing bearish about this. This looks very good. I'm anticipating this. If we do the measure move, I love the measure moves, and the measure moves be playing out, don't they? If you watch if you go to the TikTok right now and you look at the previous videos, we talked about Apple getting to 170. We talked about the Qs getting to 150, and this was months ago. But the measure move on ARK, I have ARK getting back to around $52. And it's funny. These measure moves always just match up with the demand. It just matches up. Like, I didn't plan this. Like, it just happened. Okay, it's math. But yeah, I anticipate ARK to get to around 50 plus for sure. Like, look, man, ARK is a bargain even for equity. You should be looking to buy ARK equity like just at any time. ARK, come on, man. ARK is one you just want to buy equity on just randomly. Like, you just feel good on a Tuesday and you want to just put $50 in, and you should do that every Tuesday. Because ARK is trading below COVID levels, okay? COVID levels. And if you believe in Kathy, man, this is a new NASDAQ. Let's look at Meta. And what you have to realize a lot of people are turning uncertain about ARK. A lot of people are uncertain about ARK now. They don't believe in Kathy Woods. But if you guys remember, like back here, man, she was the talk of the town. They all loved her. But now nobody wants to buy ARK. That is the exact moment you want to buy. Nobody wants to buy right now. But this is the best time to buy. How weird is that? How weird is that? This is the best time to buy, but nobody wants to buy. But, you know, the media does a great job of manipulating people into thinking we're a recession, even though all you really have to do is go outside. Go outside and go look at all these businesses. These businesses is booming. These businesses are booming, okay? Maybe because unemployment is so low. You know, unemployment is the lowest. It's been trending. It's been going down. That means you can easily find a job. But what was I about to look at? I was about to look at Meta. Don't buy every dip. Buy the good dip. Like, I would never tell you to buy Meta if you weren't buying, like, now I would never tell you to buy Meta if you weren't buying, like, you know, right here, you know, if you were smart enough to buy right here, you know, over here. When it's trending down is when you want to buy, okay? But a lot of people, when it's trending down, you know, you buy on these big old gaps right here, you know, you dollar cost average in, big drop. Dollar cost average in, big drop. But you don't sit here and now you want to buy, now that you see it's going up. Like, no, you buy when people don't want to buy. But if you look at Meta, there's nothing for me to look at on here, okay? There's nothing for me to look at, literally. This is a good intraday trade. You know, you're going to find some good intraday setups. But for me, like, look at this. There's nothing unique about this. There's nothing that I'd be like, yeah, I really like it. I would just be looking to catch bounces until the trend changes, okay? And right now, you know, tomorrow probably be a good time to get calls because, you know, it is at its 50% retracement, consolidating right there, and you got an easy stop loss, you know, below 244. So, but other than that, I don't like it. There's nothing unique about it, nothing that I like. I continue to follow this trend though, and that's it. QCOM, look at QCOM. QCOM is probably my favorite. SPY is coming to 415. You know, maybe. You know, maybe. But not until it can break below where we have it right here. Actually, no. SPY is getting to 430 before you can even think about a reversal, okay? Now that I look at this, yeah, SPY is going to get to 430 before you can even think about trying to, you know, get your pullback. Pullback, I think it trapped a lot of people. I think a lot of people got trapped. We already looked at the Qs. Okay, if you missed any stocks that we looked at previously, I'm not gonna go over them again. Because there's a lot of people that stayed for the entire thing, and I don't want to waste their time. I want to form new opinions, new stocks, and go from there. But if you missed anything, everything will be updated on the Twitter, and we'll be posting the recap on the YouTube, etc. So you want to follow the YouTube, you want to follow the Twitter, you want to join Wealth on Mars, okay? But for Netflix, there's no way you should be looking to buy Netflix up here. Wait for it to come back down right here, and this will be the perfect opportunity for you to buy, and that'll be around 348, 350, okay? And you know what's funny? These levels match up perfectly. Like, Netflix obeys levels for the most part. The reason I'm also telling you right here, like, it matches up with the 50% retracement, okay? If you're looking to buy calls on anything, at least make sure you get that 50% retracement. Have enough courage to then buy the dip and then go from there. Don't try to be like, oh, shoot, it's going up. I'm about to FOMO in. And then you get up right here and, you know, and then it starts going down, you know? Wait for that 50% retracement. Be more patient. Be smarter about it. And it might even get this little gap fill right here. There's no way I'd be looking for Netflix calls until it can get a retest, okay? Until it can go back down. And, you know, that's just a smarter thing to do versus trying to, you know, FOMO in. But yeah, I'll be waiting for it to get to, you know, 348, 350. I think that's a good area. Really, I would wait for this gap fill just because, you know, I don't know. I would get this 348. I get the 348. I wouldn't even anticipate the gap fill. It's got a bigger time frame. Yeah. Netflix is just marching upwards. Like, this big dip it's just marching upwards. Doesn't care. Is that 171? Now it's at 3. Man, Netflix was a bargain buy earlier. When you swing, how far do you take? It depends. It depends for the stock. It depends for, you know, what I've seen previously. But if you look at, this is the perfect example. This is one of the better examples. So this is in a channel. This is PDD. If you wanted to look at PDD, pay attention. This is what PDD is in. And to me, this is the dip that a lot of people are about to get faked out on. I think it's going to continue to go lower. I really do think that. Has earnings as well this week, so that's something to pay attention to. But if you're in the September, if you're in those, there's no reason to worry until after earnings, and then you can kind of reassess. But PDD and China, if the U.S. markets are bullish, you best believe the Hang Seng is going to continue to march upwards. Let me check out the Hang Seng first, and then I'll look at your expiration date or your expiration question. Yeah, there's nothing. It's just chilling, but it's ready as a pump. But this one is the perfect example of when you should get your expiration dates. So it went to the bottom of the channel, right here. It went to the top of the channel, right here. Now, how long did that take? It took 99 days. Okay, it took 99 days. So you have it again, bottom of the channel. How long did it take to get to the upside? 91 days. Okay, so you're right now, what do you have again? You're at the bottom of the channel. How long should it take? It should probably take on average 99 to 91 days, and let's just say 95 days. So you should probably be looking at 3 to 4 months, and you could do that for a lot of stocks. See how long it takes for it to completely reverse. But yeah, I don't want to be live for too long today. I've been live for 36 minutes. Usually I aim for around 40 to 45. If you're not inside of the Discord, if you're not following the Twitter, you are missing out on some free bread. It's really free bread because we sit here and talk about this stuff on a daily basis. I told you to look at QCOM. I think this is my favorite. This is the one that I will be paying attention to the most next week to see what it does at this bounce level. So I might just pick up calls Monday morning or something if it's not trading below if it's not trading below 105. Okay, so QCOM, that's been the best one we've seen so far. And ARK, of course, there's some good swings, but what else you guys got, man? Let's see. What else? What else is there? Training day. You got squabbles. HP or BAC? Look, man. This looks bullish. It looks bullish. No way I'd be short until it's trading back below 28, 27.50 really. Yeah, this is a bounce zone. Like, it looks like it's about to bounce right here. This is probably even a 50% retracement. I don't even got to do too much. Yeah, it's even a 50% retracement. So, yes, I'd be looking at calls right there. But HP, Peloton is garbage. I'm just kidding. I don't know if Peloton garbage. Let's look at it. It is. I mean, this is a COVID stock. It's a COVID stock. Like, not every, like, you see the market reversing. You see the market going crazy. You see the market reversing. You see all this. There's going to be some companies that just don't make it. I think Peloton is one of them. Like, believe it or not, the market is resetting, although it's going up. It's kicking out the stocks that, like Peloton, obviously a COVID stock, obviously not probably going to be profitable in the long term because it's a bike with an iPad, So there's no way I'd be trying to long this, even if I do see it at this double bottom that you can clearly see. I'd be looking for this to get back $1. $1. It looks done. I don't see this making any comeback or going crazy because it already would have. Okay, so dead calls in my opinion. I wouldn't be looking for calls at all. I'd be looking to short it time and time and time again. So yeah. And also Zoom. Zoom could possibly be another one. If you look at Zoom, let me show you something. This will be my last point. If you look at Zoom right now, look at Zoom. Now, this is a COVID stock. If you guys remember, this one went crazy during COVID. $70 all the way to $546. Look at this. And then look at Peloton. Look, same thing. It's the exact same thing. This is where Zoom is at right here, though. Zoom is right here. And, it just fell down. And, they're COVID stock. And don't get me, like, Kathy loves Zoom. I just don't see it. Like, it's too many options. is a bullish chart, though. I will say, like, this is a bullish chart, but don't get confused. Don't get confused. Lower high, lower high, lower high. So until, and I actually like this for a short. Now that we're really looking at this, I like this for a short. So, but until it can get back above $75, there's absolutely no way I'd be bullish on it. It has earnings Monday as well, so that should be interesting. I'm actually interested to see what happens on earnings. Very interested to see what happens on earnings. Very interested to see what happens on earnings. That could be the catalyst that pushes it back down to $50 and finally breaks this double bottom like Patan did. And that's just a strange, like, look at this. Yeah, I think it's gonna break down if you ask me. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Boys, any book recommendations if you're reading anything? I mean, I don't really look at stock trading books, but one book that I have been liking is Reality Transurfing. Reality Transurfing. It's a super good one, and it's more of like a mindset, spiritual. That one's good though. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Hopefully we got some good stocks for you guys. If you missed any of the stocks that we were talking about at the beginning, make sure you're following the Twitter. Make sure you're following the Twitter because I will be posting every single stock that we looked at on the live stream. But anyways, I'll see you guys later. Make sure you're getting those sports bets in, okay? We got the sports bets in for the Lakers and Nuggets game. Very excited about that. We already got the locks in. And yeah, if you like sports, we got sports bets. You best believe. But anyways, peace out.